What is up, comic creators? I wanted to take just a quick couple of minutes to talk to you about why I ultimately switched over from iMovie to CapCut, and why right now, at least for my YouTube channel, I prefer to use CapCut over iMovie. Now, both pieces of software are great. iMovie has been around for a very long time. It's an amazing software. I've used it for most of my video projects dating all the way back to when I was younger, and I'm not trying to talk down about iMovie at all. I think they're both amazing. I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I'm just simply going to give you the 5 reasons why ultimately I decided to make the switch and what prompted those reasons. Now, they're not listed in any order of importance, so I'm not trying to say like this is the number one reason why I did it. I'm just going to give you the 5 that came to my head when I thought about what was it that ultimately caused the switch. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is video layering or overlays within your project. Now, I loved using iMovie, but I really had to think of a workaround because the unfortunate thing about iMovie is that right now it only allows up to 2 overlays in your editing project, and I had to think of a special workaround that caused my process to take even longer when I wanted to add multiple layers of overlays into my video project. And I wound up actually using, Adobe Premiere and all these different higher end softwares, and that's what really pushed me into that. So I am grateful because it did push me into like a higher editing software that I use for other video projects that I do. But ultimately for my YouTube channel, that's why I prefer CapCut over iMovie, because CapCut allows multiple layers of overlays to be added and there's no workaround needed, because the workaround that I found was actually creating a separate project altogether and exporting then importing into the other project. It took this long process to do that, and so that was one of the reasons why I thought I prefer to use CapCut. The second reason is the coloring capabilities and how you can edit color within the project. iMovie does offer an extensive, pretty impressive amount of color editing, but one of the great things about CapCut is it's compatible with LUTs. And so you can add LUTs in there, which really allows you a whole nother layer of editing color within your project. And that's ultimately what drew me to it. I do feel like CapCut has a little bit less of the color editing aspect, but for first time video editors and for people that are just getting into this, having that capability of having LUTs in your project and having the opportunity to learn what LUTs are and how they work for your video is a really great tool and a really great feature that's also featured in other higher end editing softwares like Adobe Premiere and Final Cut Pro. So I really had to pick CapCut for that specifically. Although I have a little bit less control over my color editing within CapCut, having that LUT capability is a very big piece of the pie for me. Thirdly, I wanted to talk to you about the built-in graphics like stickers and transitions. That cut down so much time within my project, having those built-in stickers and having them right within my CapCut project, whereas iMovie is a very normal editing software where you don't have that kind of built-in capability within the software itself. So that means you have to go outside of the software and import graphics into your project. And so having the ability to just say, hey, this is built right into the software and I can just grab and pull, that made a huge difference for me. The fourth thing is music and sounds library. iMovie does have a music and sounds library, and it has some generic old school music in there, whereas CapCut has access to a extensive music library that has all these modernized tracks that I can use for background music, once again built right into the project. Whereas in iMovie, when I was editing certain projects, I had to actually go off software and go search for that music that was allowed to be used in my project, and I wouldn't get copyright striked or anything like that. So that was another big push for me. And then fifthly, the final thing is the multi-platform capability and similarity between those platforms. And so essentially the fact that CapCut is usable both on Windows and Mac was a big push to CapCut for me, and the fact that it's pretty much the same piece of software on either. Those were big deals for me solely because it allows for my channel to reach more people. Like, it's like I'm not just a Mac only channel. I utilize Mac software for editing and video production, and so my videos will always be Mac based. However, having the ability to be both on Windows and Mac means that CapCut is available to more than just one customer base. And so I honestly, that was one of the reasons why I was like, I'm ultimately going to switch over here, because it broadens my reach as well. Now my videos, I can point out, hey, what you're seeing on my screen is not just for Mac, but what I'm doing on this screen also is compatible for your Windows as well. And so that's ultimately why I chose to start editing within CapCut for my YouTube channel, and allows for that growth. And so all these things can come down to one sole aspect, and it all comes down to this. It's the amount of time it takes for me to edit. And then, faster editing times means faster uploading times, which means faster growth of my channel. A big thing is the amount of time it takes me to upload to my YouTube channel. The fact that all these features are built within CapCut allows me to edit faster. My projects get done faster, and it takes less time to go from my brain to YouTube, where it can actually make money and grow my channel. That is the big piece right there. Ultimately, if I was to wrap it up in a bow, that was the big decision for me of why I made the switch. So I hope that these 5 reasons can help you decide if it is something worth switching, or kind of gives you a perspective on why I made the switch, or why someone would make the switch. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. But hey, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please take the time to like, comment and subscribe, as it helps us to further please our YouTube overlords. Check out more links in the description for continued assistance on your CapCut projects, and please keep your arms and legs inside the craft until it comes to a complete stop. Be sure to mind your headspace and watch your step as you exit. Failure to comply may result in serious injury or death. We will see you next time, Comet creators. End transmission.